So recently, I was having a conversation with a friend, and they're like, I want to get into 3D printing, but I don't know what 3D printer to get. A year ago, this was an easy answer for me. It used to be I would just recommend them a Bambu Labs A1 series printer, and if they wanted to spend a little bit more money, I would say go buy a P series. But this is honestly getting harder for me to do. If they were still on a budget, I'd probably begrudgingly recommend them an A-series printer, but these printers are starting to get older, and if memory serves me correctly, they're coming up on 3 years old, but you can feel the printers are just starting to get a bit aged. I could recommend them a newer printer like the P2S or the X2D, but they don't feel like the generational leap in technology, unlike my final recommendation to him. I ended up recommending him the Snapmaker U1. Let's talk about why. Reason number 1, easy setup and modern features. Setting this printer up was a breeze. Came with an actual paper manual, and a nice one at that. Not just some folded piece of paper with a QR code. It has all the bells and whistles you have come to love from modern printers, fully automatic bed calibration, and toolhead offset as well, which is important. It's Klipper based and a branch of Orca Slicer, or Snorka. It also has a camera for monitoring and failure detection, something you don't get with an A1 or a P1 series printer. Just an overall good out-of-the-box experience. You unbox it, you follow the book, and you're printing, I'd say, pretty quickly within 30 minutes. Reason number 2. It's a tool changer under $1,000. Currently, it sits at $849 as of the time of filming. Yes, there are tool changers that are slightly cheaper out there, but the U1 has some nice features that the others don't have. Yes, you can go out and buy tool changers that are slightly cheaper, but the U1 has some nice features that the others don't have, like automatic filament loading. I'm lazy. One of my absolute favorite features of it. And it's a bigger print volume, too, than most of them, even than the Bambus. Even than the Bambus. I'm going to leave that in. At 270 by 270 by 270. And don't let anyone fool you, size does matter. You can actually print some of the bigger stuff without immediately thinking about splitting up a model. Reason number 3. Actual multi-material capability. To do multi-material printing. I've been playing around with it, and I have to say it's extremely nice to have support material that just breaks away, with PLA and PETG in particular. Outstanding. Absolutely love it. You can run different materials, different colors, or just dedicated support filament without the usual waste of an AMS. It's a real tool changer, so each tool has its own nozzle and its own filament path. That makes a bigger difference than people think once you start using it regularly. Unlike some printer brands, you have full access to your printer. I personally don't use this as of right now. I like it pretty vanilla. I want the stock slicer. I just want it to print. But I like to have the ability to do whatever I want with my printer. There are custom firmwares available like packs. If you would like me to do a video on this, please let me know in the comments down below. There is just something nice about being able to do whatever you want with the hardware you paid for. You're not locked into the company's way of doing things. Reason number 5. For me, it's the perfect blend of open source, being able to do whatever I want and when I want, and the Apple-like experience. If I want to use another slicer, I don't lose access to cloud monitoring or services. I'm able to wirelessly push my files to the printer. I've become accustomed to that. You can stay inside Snapmaker's ecosystem, and if I want to, I can go fully custom, flash a firmware, do whatever I want. It's my printer. Some printers force you to pick one or the other. I do want to point out some of the things that Snapmaker could have probably done better. Can't have you thinking I'm a fanboy. I would have liked to have seen hardened nozzles included with the printer and installed already. The included ones are stainless steel and they're fine, but it's just something that the users are going to have to do later down the road, especially if they fall in love with the printer. Most people starting out are just printing PLA and end up swapping them out later down the road when they want to experiment with abrasive materials. The other thing is having an enclosure available from launch. As of right now, the OEM enclosure is on pre-order. There are third-party and DIY options if you don't want to wait. I understand why they made these decisions. It comes down to cost. And to be honest, most people who are buying the printer are going to be printing PLA anyway, not engineering-grade filaments. So they wanted to keep the price down and left out extras as upgrades. at least you have the ability to get the upgrade down the road. Well, that's all I have for today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I plan on making more content about the Snapmaker and other printers in the near future. That's why there's a spot empty behind me right there. I have something on order, so make sure you're subscribed. See you next time.